Hello friends, welcome to SQL with Manoj. Today we will talk about JSON support in SQL Server. The new version of SQL Server, that is SQL Server 2016, will be having the JSON support natively. Means that you can store and query JSON data like the way you can do with XMLs. The syntax for maintaining JSON data will be very similar to XML. Till now, to parse the JSON data, you have to write a customized SQL and that can go to very complex level. But with this new feature in SQL Server 2016, this is going to be very simple. Microsoft recently released the CTP2 version of SQL Server 2016 with a limited support for JSON, like exporting SQL tables and queries to the JSON string format. But with CTP3 release of SQL Server 2016, this will be fully supported and the JSON data can be stored in SQL table columns. You can query it back by the properties or nodes, and you can also even add indexes to it. I will take you to my blog where I have blogged about this, and the same we'll be seeing in the demo today. So here in this blog you can see, as I've mentioned, what is coming in CTP2 and what will be released in CTP3. So by CTP3 the full JSON native support will be there, and I think by RTM, that is a release to manufacture, everything will be supported. So with the CTP2 there are two options to export the JSON data from SQL Server, or I can say there are two ways to export the data from your SQL query. One is for JSON auto and the other one is for JSON path. It's similar to XML. So these are the code examples that I have used in my video. You can take it from my blog here and practice it. So let's now move to SQL Server Management Studio. I have created a test database, testman.db, and I have created a table students having these columns: ID, first name, last name, class, and marks. Let's create it and let's insert some dummy data. I'm going to insert 3 rows and let's see what records we have. So we have ID, first name, last name, class, and marks. Okay, now if I have to export this data into JSON, what are my options? So first option that we saw here was for JSON auto. The for JSON auto option automatically creates a nested JSON data based on the table hierarchy used in your query. And let's see this query. So this query is nothing but I'm just selecting the columns from students and I'm just adding this syntax for JSON auto, and this will give me the output in JSON string. This output, if I put it here, it will look like this. So it is not readable. So let's go and read this output in a JSON viewer. I have this JSON viewer open here and I'll just copy the format here and I'll click on format. So as you can see here, I've got the JSON data exported from a SQL table in this format. There is one more option you can add with this option, that is root. You can provide a root node or a root property to your JSON document. Let's see how does it look like. So as you can see here, all these elements are here under the root node. Let's go back down to second option, that is for JSON path. For JSON path option gives you the flexibility to define the structure of the output of JSON data using the column names with the aliases by using the dot operator, and you can nest up to any level that you like. Here I've selected few columns. Select ID, first name. I have aliased it as student name dot first name and last name as student name dot last name and marks, and I've applied the for JSON path. In previously it was auto, here it is path. Let's execute the query. I'll just copy it and paste it in the JSON formatter and I'll format it. It will look like this. So the previous output with auto looked like something else. You didn't had this student name property. This is the new property that is aligned with the ID, and previously with auto you had ID, first name, last name, marks or aligned in this hierarchy. Now you get the new hierarchy one level down, that is with student name, first name and last name. Similarly with the other two records. Let's go back. Now let's see some more features. With the path option there is no compulsion to use the from clause. If you are using auto, then the from table option is required. So if I'll execute this query, select one as A, two as B for JSON auto, so this will give me an error. For JSON auto requires at least one table for generating JSON objects. Use for JSON path or add a from clause with a table name. So with auto you have to use from clause or you have to use a path clause. So let's check it here. How does it look like this? And I can also use the root option with the path option. Let's check how does it look like in the JSON formatter. Here it is. So here we saw how you can export the data from a SQL table by using for JSON options. Either you can use path or auto. In the next video or whenever the CTP3 will be released, I'll show you how to store the JSON data in SQL tables and how to query the JSON data from the SQL tables. Till then, stay tuned and thanks for watching this video. Please post your comments. Thank you.